Hi, and welcome to another episode of
The Sweetest Show.
My name's Jesus.
My name's Christina.
Oh, I'm a lender.
And I'm a realtor.
And together we make real estate sweeter. And what are we making today, Christina?
Today we're going to be making red velvet cupcakes.
Have you ever made that before?
From a box.
From a box. I bought it from, what's that great place that we love? The glass knife?
Yes.
All right.
My God, they make it good. Okay, we're going to
Let's get
compete
started.
with them. Whoosh. No pressure.
No pressure.
So in that, we have some ingredients out for you guys. So we have cinnamon, brown sugar, cocoa powder, sugar, all-purpose flour, milk, stop making fun of me.
Sorry.
Sour cream, cream cheese, butter, vanilla extract, 4 eggs, salt. What's the fancy salt? What are you calling it?
Kosher salt.
Kosher salt.
Not just salt.
And we got baking soda.
Let's get this party started.
Woo, woo.
Woo. What are we talking about on today's episode?
So today's episode, it's going to be more Jesus talking. And today we're going to talk about something near and dear to his heart.
You want me crying?
You started something new this year.
Yeah.
And it was a big year for you. And you started an amazing project called HomePride Lending. And I kind of want to know what made you do it. Where did it come inspired? That awesome logo, where did you get it? Like, what was that about?
All my secrets. All of my secrets. All the deets.
Yeah.
I'm going to spill the tea right now.
And where did that name come from? Like, what's that about?
All right, well, let's get right into it then.
Okay.
So, as Christina mentioned, this year was very special for me and my team. As most of you know, we were the Cruz team for over 5 years. And the Cruz team resembled a small group of friends and family where we got together and we made dreams come true, one closing at a time. And we grew together to a point where we felt as though the world was needing just something a little bit more. So with the help and support of our parent company, AFN, American Financial Network, they saw our vision and approved us for our own DBA. So we're still with AFN, but we have our own DBA now. All what that means, Christina, you're doing such a great job. Christina, fuck.
What?
That's a whole lot of flour.
I'm sorry. Don't tell Peter.
Our parent company, AFN, approved and believed in us, in our vision, and we felt like we wanted to kind of blow up, and the Cruz team is now going statewide and eventually nationwide. Actually, we've added some states. So to my HomePride family out in Nevada, Colorado, New Jersey, as we continue to grow, is getting really, really exciting because we have planned to grow California and continue to grow Colorado. As you know, Colorado is my favorite state, other than Florida, of course, but Colorado is our place that we always go to in the winter to have our white Christmas. And yeah, so HomePride Lending initially, like Christina said, it's near and dear to my heart because I wanted to create a company, a community that allows me to create something as an originator for originators. So yeah.
So it's more like you wanted to grow a little bit more on your own. And then why HomePride? Obviously the Cruz team, your last name.
Right.
But what, thank you.
That might be a little easier for you.
Yeah. So what kind of made you change up the name, right? Because,
well,
you know, it is your last name.
I felt like, okay, so that's a really great question. And initially why we changed our name from the Cruz team over to HomePride Lending is we wanted something that was more inclusive to everybody. We kind of felt as though if a team already existed that has already been established, we didn't want them to be the Gonzalez team with the Cruz team. You know,
it was gonna be too much.
It's gonna be too much. So I kind of felt something. We wanted to make something that was more broader. And yeah, so that's why we decided on HomePride Lending. Actually, funny story is, I was out in Colorado, and Peter and I, we knew that we wanted to build this this company, and build it up, and we were just throwing a bunch of different names out there. We would be driving in Colorado, in Boulder, and we would see like company names, and we would just like mesh things together to see what stuck. And you know, we were sitting in our RV, and we were just kind of talking about, okay, we want something that when you look at it screams home, right? That tells people we do real estate, it's involving homes. And Peter was like, you know, we also want to have pride in our name. Like, we want to be proud of our name. And then I was like, but what about HomePride? And our face just like, we looked at each other and was like,
you knew.
Wow, HomePride. And then we thought, well, what about HomePride Mortgage? And then HomePride Lending and HomePride Finances or whatever. But we kind of felt like HomePride Lending was just the sweet, it was just perfect. It was instant. So of course we can't do anything on our own because this is all about our team. And we called up our OG team members, Jorge and Ileana, and our OG.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to them. And we contacted our preferred realtors like Christina. We called Christina. I called my mom, my parents.
I remember you guys called asking.
Yeah, I was like, what do you think?
We're all voting.
Yeah, this is where we're voting. And so we got a piece of paper. We started voting out the names, and HomePride Lending won. So, as you know, we are in Orlando. And, you know, wow. So yeah, Orlando City is where I think we got my inspiration.
Have you been to one of their games?
I have one time. I'm not a huge sport fan. What a shocker.
I've been to like 4 of their games. It's really good.
Yeah, I would honestly, it was really good. It's really entertaining. I'm just not a sports person.
To be honest, like when I went there the first time, I kind of didn't know what I was getting myself into, and then I just saw like the roaring crowds and like everybody was into it. It was more like I was like doing a touristy thing with my brother, but I ended up really liking it. And then the second time I ended up getting a shirt and like getting a hat, and I was like,
she went out. Okay, if you know Christina, you know that she has to go out wherever she does. If she goes to New York City, she's the one that wears the I Love New York shirt. She's the one with the little beanie on that has the New York symbol on it, and Yankees.
I felt like a real Orlandian.
Yeah.
Like I was like, it's legit.
It's legit.
Yeah.
So Orlando City, and we kind of thought about proud. We of course used Google, and we started putting things in there. You know, the definition of pride and proud, and all these different things that we used, and the symbols kept coming up, lion, and we felt like.
But it's a really strong symbol, you know. Like,
it's a very strong symbol. I feel like it's very us. We're proud of what we do, and as you can see, we love gold features around our house, and so we knew that black and gold was going to be our colors. It's elegant. I feel like it's modern, and yeah. So that's kind of where HomePride Lending came from, and where our logo came from.
And then, now that you've kind of established yourself, you're still growing, right?
Right.
What do you have envision for the future for next year? Like what are better your goals? Like, do you have like a transactional goal? Do you have like a general goal, like your mission? What?
You know, that's a great question. I think that we are shooting for the moon, and you know, and hopefully land on a star. And you know, that's the thing about our businesses, is that business is, you know, regardless if it's you know, opening up a donut shop or real estate or mortgages.
Whoa. What do you mean opening up a donut shop?
I'm not opening one. I'm just saying that every business is somewhat the same, right?
Yeah.
So it all takes a little bit of creating a foundation first. So we go into Business 101, and my main goal for the next year or two is just creating the foundation of HomePride Lending, finding excellent talent, loan officers and branch managers that have a vision to want to do more with their life and be a part of something that is growing a lot of opportunity, and to be a part of something great. And I do believe that in my heart, I have created systems in place. Our products are one of a kind. We have over 62 brokers. We are a direct lender, so all of it is in-house. We have one of the quickest turn times for underwriting still, and yeah, I mean, there's so many awesome things about HomePride Lending. I can be here all day.
We had a closing recently, and it was like my first HomePride. So I was very like, okay, like how's this gonna happen? Because I was like, it's starting, it's new. I was a little bit nervous, I'm not gonna lie, as an agent. but it was so smooth. And what I really liked about it is that they're always communicating, always sending out like messages. But what I liked is even the second go around when we had another contract, that one ended up falling apart. Oh, but it happens. But the whole time, like he caught it so like ahead of time and was like, hey, this, and this. And I was just like, okay, so we were anticipating it, and when it ended up happening,
Well, sometimes people think that it's just about the buyer itself, and it's totally not. It can be the property itself. In that situation, the condo is what there's open claim on it, and there's not much, but we believe that a lot of the things could be caught up front, and the anxiety and the stress and the happiness. I mean, all my family's in real estate, and I've been doing real estate pretty much all my life. And when I think about a family, whether you're a realtor and you're in the kitchen, you just find out you got an offer accepted. I've seen it firsthand where realtors dancing and of happiness and just like crying of happy because they finally got the home. And so there's a lot of emotion that goes in the part from the buyer, from the realtor, from everybody, even the loan officer. We get excited because we got a new contract. And so I want to remove the anxiety and the stress up front. So that's why HomePride Lending has upfront underwriting, where we are able to get a file, take it directly to the underwriter, get a decision right then and there. And that takes away 95% of the stress, because the truth is that there's other portions of it, right? There's title work, that there might be judgments and liens on the seller side that we don't know about just yet. There might be issues with the property that might come up in the home inspection. So we always try to remove the worry of if the buyer is going to go through with their financing on the buyer side. So yeah, that's kind of where I see us right now. I see in the next 2 years focusing on leadership, finding talent out there. If you're a loan officer, branch manager, looking to grow, start revving your business up, call me.
What would you say makes you different than other companies, other loan officers? What would you say really differentiates you? Obviously, you have your branding, you have your logo, but what is something unique about you guys?
Well, I think there's multiple things that I feel, in my opinion, that sets us apart from the average lender or loan officer out there. My loan officers that are on my team are experienced, trained, and they follow the tools that have made me successful in my industry. And I just replicate that and I put them through that path. We have aspirant programs, which allows our LOs to grow from an LO to a branch manager and or grow their team. A lot of times I find that there's just not that much support on a loan officer aspect. You could have the best loan officer ever, and if they are in an environment that doesn't allow them to flourish in their business, unfortunately, they're not going to be able to go that far in their career.
Like realtors.
Just like realtors. And so my job is as a environment creator or a culture creator, is to find those individuals out there that are really, really suffering and needing that support, taking them from that environment where they're getting burnt out or not having that support, and putting them with HomePride so that way they can grow and learn and take advantage of all the great things that it takes in order to be successful.
So Jesus, what would you say is an example of a time where you stepped in, you fixed a problem, or you saw something that was gonna happen, you caught it, that you think your typical LO wouldn't have because they don't have the same experience that you do?
Well, I think that just the most recent one that I'm actually closing next week, it's really a funny, I wish I could have an elaborate, like really out of the box, but truly, unfortunately, and fortunately for me, the attention to detail, our job as lenders and loan officers, processors, underwriters, is for us to always catch the small things that can lead into bigger issues. And for this simple example, I had a client, one of my preferred realtors contacted me. The client was using a lender that was online, that's not really responsive, and they receive an email a day before closing stating that the file no longer is going to go through because the husband had multiple disputed accounts and it was an FHA loan. And for FHA, if you have more than $1,000 accounts in disputes, the problem that happens is that you actually have to have those disputes removed in order for FHA to move forward with it, or you have to go a downgrade FHA manual. Oh, that sounds like really lingo-y.
Manual underwriting.
Manual underwriting.
Hey, I've learned. I've had
manual underwrite. And so a lot of times when you do an FHA manual underwrite, there's some stipulations that you can't have, whether it's a recent late and so forth. So either way, the gentleman, that bank told them that it was a dead loan.
There's nothing that could be happen.
Nothing that can happen. So they already extended the closing already once.
Okay.
So it was supposed to close November 30th. They extended it a few days.
Okay.
And before that day came for the extension, which already put the borrower's escrow in jeopardy, they're out. So my realtor called me. It was Sunday night. And I know that when a realtor calls me that late in the evening, because something hit the fan. Yeah, there's a drama, there's something happening. Yeah. So
those late night calls of realtors, they're not asking you how you doing.
Yeah, no. This is hey, we're getting down to business. This is what's going on. So she called me. She gave me the information. I asked her some important questions. She knew them, like a good realtor should. And she connected me right then and there with the client. We got on the phone. She explained to me what was happening. And then I took the application that night and ran credit, structured the loan. I stayed up till like midnight trying to find a resolution. And as I was looking through her income and his income, I just removed him from the application. And she qualified perfectly on her own.
Wow. And it was a simple thing that he caught. And it's things like that. It's like when you were saying, like, it's so easy to get caught up in the process. But I want you guys, or I want like everybody to take note that it was already late and you have your average loan officer that clocks in, clocks out 9 to 5 and is in his office. On a Friday, Saturday night, they might not be available. They're not gonna go ahead and call you and say, how can I help you in an open house? Or how can I help you get this person pre-qualified that literally just calls you and says, I'm interested, I wanna do that. Not everybody's gonna have that accessibility and that availability. And that's something that I really do appreciate with you guys.
Yeah, and the truth is that a lot of times we think as though it's really complex, and it's not really complex. It's a matter of, what I do is not just, Jesus at HomePride Lending. These are things that I teach all of my staff. So it's not just I need to work with Jesus. No, anybody from HomePride Lending is there to help you. And I teach them that ultimately our bread and butter are our real estate partners. And that's how we've been so stable in this market. We are not looking, when the refi boom happened, we stayed focused and true to our real estate partners. We did not jump on that wagon as most LOs did during that big COVID and the rates going down. We stayed true to our realtors to support them. And now with the market the way that it did, unfortunately, a lot of LOs, processors, ops team have received layoff. I'm getting calls. I had 250 applicants over the weekend of processors. It's very, very sad. It's very hard to see some of your friends and colleagues going through that. And so a lot of things that we've done to ensure job security, stability is always being available and always knowing what we're doing, how we're doing it, because the truth of the matter is we're here to stay for the long run. And if you're looking for a long-term relationship, HomePride Lending is here for you. And we're gonna be there no matter what time.
Awesome. So if somebody's calling and somebody wants to contact you, how would they get in touch with you?
So the best way to contact me is 407-902-9861. That's our office line, but it goes to our cell phone. So you can text, call, our email. You can reach us at the Cruz team at HomePride Lending. You see the Cruz team is still there.
Yeah, it's still alive and kicking.
The Cruz team at HomePrideLending.com. And we're on social media, Instagram at the HomePride Lending.
Awesome.
Oh, what a day. It's been crazy.
Yeah, it's been nuts.
Did you hear that?
Yep.
I think it's ready. Let's see what's baking in the oven.
Awesome.
Oh.
And it didn't overflow. Like that one's a little top heavy, but it's okay.
Well, I know we can't get them all perfect, but all right. They smell delicious. If I can just grab it. All right. Here they come.
Beep. Like beep, beep.
We gotta let it cool down before we
Yes.
put the icing in there, so.
I was just gonna put it right now, like. Bloop.
Nope, you gotta cool it down. If not, the
Okay.
icing is just gonna melt away.
Hey guys, we are back here and they have cooled down our red velvet cake cupcakes and we are very excited. No, but put a little bit.
A little bit, all right.
Yeah, because we don't have a lot. So I highly recommend behind the scenes stuff. When you're doing the cream based part of it, put it in the freezer because as you can tell, it's still a little like more goopy than it's supposed to be solid. You're supposed to be able to put it in a Ziploc, cut it and be able to pipe it so you could put that little like design on it on top.
But this was a tip that we got because our people over here do not like the frosting.
Yeah, our
so
production has let us know
has told
to
us
clarify that
this was on purpose. This was not a mishap. We are very professional bakers, and this is just this is just preference. You know, this is the good thing about baking is that you know where your soul tells you to go, you just hang out there and do what you like.
Yeah.
And this is all Christina's. This is all Christina's.
Yeah.
This right here was made for.
Look, guys.
Well, let's put it on this beautiful.
Okay.
I'm gonna zhuzh it up, guys. I'm gonna zhuzh it up, and we're gonna put it on this beautiful tray, and it's just gonna look at that. Just look at it.
But you have to taste it.
Well, go ahead.
No, you go ahead too.
Don't let
Why don't
them
you want to
wait.
taste my cupcakes?
Well, I mean, I've seen. I'll try it with you. I won't leave it. Look, I'll get this one over here. All right, let's. Cheers.
And cheers.
Cheers.
We both got pick one.
Wait for me. Don't do it without me. Oh God.
Why did you get the one with the least amount of icing? Or do you not trust my icing?
I don't know.
Put the icing in there. Put
Look
more
right here.
icing.
No, I'm okay.
Jesus.
Here, guys.
Right in the icing.
Cheers. 1, 2, 3.
The icing tastes how it's supposed to taste.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So. You don't like it? I think it tastes good.
I have to try it another
Look,
bite.
guys, it's nice and mushy. Another tip, if you really want to, you can add chocolate chips into it. I've done that before.
Do not put chocolate chips in a red velvet cake.
Yes.
And
Yeah, you can. You can do whatever you want.
okay, do whatever you want.
I used to put one, like a little hidden gem. Yeah. Look, Jesus, he can say all he wants. Look, he's still eating it.
I'm still eating it.
So it's not bad. It looks bad, but it's not bad.
In my culture, we gotta eat what's in the plate. If somebody made something, so we gotta give it a good try.
It tastes good. Why are you
I-
making it seem like it tastes bad?
It's not. It's really
It
good.
tastes really good, guys. He's lying.
I'm lying. Did you forget the sugar?
No, that's half sugar.
But the presentation, though. Look at this.
You're talking more about your golden thing than the cupcake itself. Are you serious, Jesus?
Yeah.
So guys, that's gonna wrap up this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, my name is Christina Mayorga, also known as the Sweetest Realtor, and make sure to follow and subscribe at our Instagrams and our stuff.
Yep. I'm Jesus Cruz with HomePride Lending. Looking forward to connecting with you soon.
Bye.
Bye.